Very firm on the brake. Press the foot to the floor, release brake. Hello, Supercars in Seconds here. Today, a really fun car. This is really enjoyable. I've been messing around with it already and it really is enjoyable to drive. The Mercedes C63S from AMG. So it's the C-Class, the smaller car, but with the big 4-litre 8-cylinder twin turbo. We'll look at the powertrain now shortly. The matte finish here, really pretty. It's more of a grey metallic. They call it Magno Matte. And the matte finish is metallic because the clear coat is just a silicate-based clear coat, not a water-based clear coat. I love this big vertical grille that they have. All your electronics and stuff is behind the large badge there. And the gloss black pack, we'll have a look at this more now as we go around the car. So for the powertrain, going up behind this beautiful grille, we have the other 3-pointed star, of course. The 3 points of the star would be land, air, and sea, the 3 historic brand areas of the business in Mercedes-Benz. And then, of course, the lovely laurel wreaths around the outside. I've got a little tab, I'll reach up under the hood. Now this hood, you'll notice, has these large ridges either side. That does take me back to the old 300 SL Gullwing. I'll show a picture of that car now. And of course the Gullwing had those lovely, because of the engine angle at that time, but this one now is the 4-litre 8-cylinder that's used in so many Mercedes-Benz cars from AMG. And it has what's called a hot V, so the turbochargers are down inside the V of the engine. I'm sure that cuts down on spool time dramatically. It does create a lot of heat. You can see the shrouding, and they match the shrouding up onto under the engine cover here. In this guy's 469 horsepower. Really impressive in a very small car, under 4,000 pounds here. 479 pounds of torque, and that really does a nice job driving those rear wheels. And it really, through the 9-speed transmission, it's called MCT, multi-clutch transmission, and it really propels the car along very well. Well, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. It's really an amazing car, and we'll start driving it now shortly. If you don't mind, please give us a thumbs up on the video. If you're enjoying it, give us a thumbs up. That really helps the channel grow, and it's growing fast. I'm really surprised at the reaction we're getting, so thanks for giving it a thumbs up. So walking around the car, just a lovely shape, that rear view, mirror view there. Look at that thing. Very mean looking, very aggressive, and the matte finish really does help. 178 inches long, so a nice size car, not too big. Again, to let that powertrain push you down the road very effectively. They've extended the roofline. You can kind of see it. They've extended it to give those rear seat passengers a bit more room. And maybe I'll climb in there now in a minute. She's 72 inches wide, so a good size width. What's weird about the car? The front wheels are further out than the rear wheels. Even though that's a wider wheel back there, it's more under the car. So if I kind of come down here, you can kind of see it there, where the front track of the car is a little bit wider than the rear track, giving you, as you can imagine, and we'll find out very shortly, when you go into a corner very hard, the nose does stay pinned very, very well. AMG do nice interiors. I'll open up this door here. Look at this seat. The two-tone seat is really pretty. I like it. Highly adjustable. You've got all the stuff here, heating, cooling, and so on. And the Burmester audio. And a lovely finish on everything. The quality of the car is really first class. Even the carpeting, nice quality. You get the AMG logos down there. These new steering wheels, I really like. This metallized finish on the spokes of the wheel. Really make it look expensive. A lovely display in there, which is highly adjustable by messing around with the modes inside the car. So I've climbed in the back now, and not a lot of room for a passenger here, but that seat's all the way back, so that gives you an idea. We got even more speakers back here in the back, and headroom, not bad. I'm pretty close to the roof, but again, right at 6 feet, I'm pretty close to the roof here. But again, it's probably not designed for me to be back here, more in front of that beautiful leather wrap steering wheel. AMG always have nice wheels. They use the Michelin tire. This is the Super Sport tire here. It's a 20-inch diameter, and I enjoy the way they've made it look like it's like a center bolt, but it's actually regular bolts underneath that. a 285 width here and a 20-inch diameter. The front one's actually a bit smaller, 255 and a 19-inch, so it makes it look really cool, particularly when you're behind the car. That rear tire does look really big. The new AMG keys are really pretty looking. You got the Affalterbach logo there where the cars are produced, all gloss black, and highly polished finish around the outside, and some pretty simple operation, of course. Unlock, lock, and the rear trunk. So let's pop this and we'll have a look inside the trunk. It is electric closing just here, and a good size. As if for a smaller coupe, this is pretty cool. Again, me being a golfer, I always think of that, but golf bag straight across without any problem at all. Let's push that and close him back down. I got my mode selector right here, and I also have it down here. I can rock this backwards and forwards. I love the carbon fiber. Look at this AMG badge. Push this open, you've got your cup holders and stuff under there, USB port and things, and a little storage which goes back quite a long way, so you can put your phone in there, plug it in, and the world's pretty good. Of course, great connectivity, as you can imagine, in a new Mercedes-Benz. This little spinning dial here is really cool. So if I turn this little wheel this way, it changes my mode. You can see that. I'll go into Sport Plus. Oh, I just heard the exhaust open up. Shows me on the screen over there what's going on. I'll go down one more time into Race, and then it gives me a load of cool information about what's going on in the car. We're in park here. Revs up very fast, but this AMG 4-litre always does. So we're going to drive down to Batman's Corner. I was just thinking, this seat is good. It holds you nicely. Really a good position to be have some aggressive driving. I've got her in the let's spin it down here. We're in the race mode. I'm going to push stability control off down in the center console. That will allow me to launch the car. So let's pull her out, and then we'll go flat out down into old Batman's Corner and have a bit of fun in this thing. All right, let's stop. Swap feet. Very firm on the brake. Press the foot to the floor. Release brake. God, transmission, unbelievable. Feels faster than they said it was. Let's hold this gear here. Just beautiful. Pour it on. Good balance. It's definitely rear-wheel bias. You can feel that. It says two-wheel drive, all the power going to the back, and you can feel it. I'm going to hit the brakes really hard. Oof. Yeah, they're strong. It does pitch the nose, but very hard, very, very firm pedal. It's feels good. So just driving in the car. I haven't in race mode with the traction control off, but great balance in the car. It's really nice. Steering feel is a bit heavy, kind of cool. A lot of the electric steering racks are super light today. It's got a bit of weight to it. The wheel's big too. It's kind of like a strange thing to say, but the wheel feels big in my hand, diameter-wise, I mean, as well as the actual bolsters themselves being quite large. Good grip. It's flat out in third gear there, with everything off and no problem at all. All right, we're moving right now. Take it down to third. Great gear change. Again, the back end does get light when I hit the brakes hard, so they must be very strong. Comes out of there really well. The steering is, as I mentioned, is heavy. Brake feel is good. It's definitely been engineered by someone that drives cars. This is not a maybe. This is someone that's perhaps developed at the Nürburgring. It's that sort of development's gone into this car. But a lot of the other big Mercedes cars are so big, you can't really throw them around. This you can throw around. I really have enjoyed it. Yes, I've got everything off, the stability controls in sport mode and so on, so it allows the car to move around, and it does. That's something that's disappearing. One thing, when this car does get replaced, it's telling me it's probably going to have a 4-cylinder, maybe even a 6, we'll see what happens, but this 8 will be missed. The sound that she creates is dominating in the experience. That's all you hear. When I'm driving the car now, it's brr, 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 brr. I can hear this growling out of the back of the car there. You can hear it there. Oh, hello. Almost a whole full handful of opposite lock there. At about 2/3 throttle, it wasn't to the floor, but it still moves around, and that really makes for a fun experience. So that was the C63S from AMG. A lot of journalists, let me point you back at the car, a lot of journalists describe this car as a hooligan, and I kind of understand that. It wants to throw you into the bushes. It really does. And that's just gone in cars today. This really has been like a throwback to the old AMG Hammer and cars like that from years ago that were just too big and too much power for the chassis. This one doesn't have too much power for the chassis, but it can overwhelm the chassis, which gives you a lot of fun. Frankly, it's pretty predictive. You can steer with opposite lock with just one hand and it straightens itself out. It makes you look like you're some kind of rock star driver. Really a nice car. This one's just arrived at the Dimmitt Automotive Group here. She's a 2021, and I've had some fun driving the car. I appreciate you supporting the channel. This has really been nice to see the comments and reactions we've had from people. It's been fun to read, so I appreciate you getting involved. I'll catch up with you again in the next video. Thank you.